All right, guys, introduce yourselves and welcome to Dr. Sam's Looneybin.
I'm Chris from Trauma.
I'm Brian from Trauma.
And tonight, friends, it is Queensryche, Marty Freidman, which many of you know from Megadeth and or his escapades in Japan, and Trauma. I wanted to ask, since you guys were around at the heyday of this kind of music, and then recently, like he said, around 2013, you put it back together. Since that time, the internet and everything you can dream of has changed. What is the most important thing that you would tell a band in 2023 today that they absolutely have to get right?
They need money. A lot of money.
Is it mostly for marketing or where all
everything?
How much of it is a write-off? I get that question a lot. Like they say, it's a business expense, so the gas is a write-off. But then they say
we're not tax people. I mean, you do what you got to do. You know, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You know, the band would have to be incorporated. You know, which costs money to do. So, but as far as your question is concerned, just get out there, play gigs, get active on social media, get your music played on Spotify, your videos on YouTube, all that kind of fun stuff.
Spend your money wisely.
Yeah.
What are some of the unexpected things that people are going to hear on this CD, considering there's so many bands, I think, that sound like they're trying to be heavier than everybody else, but you guys, from what I've heard of the new stuff, have kept that groove, and you know, it's the ability to, you know, something novel, like understand the lyrics, that kind of thing. How do you guys approach that songwriting? Do you keep that in mind when you're doing it, or how's that come together?
Basically, the songs are written with the vocalist in mind. We just kind of go from there, throw a lot of ideas around until we have something that is worth recording. You know, it takes a while. It's quite a lengthy process.
You write the lyrics for the project?
Actually, Donnie, the old singer, he wrote half of them.
Yeah.
And then Rochelle, which is Steve's wife, she wrote a lot of lyrics on this record. Our guitar player's wife helped out with some lyrics.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you guys have topics in mind when you come up with a riff, or do you come up with a riff and then
they all had ideas when I came in, because I came in when the album was pretty much, you know, being written with song titles and all that stuff. So
yeah, we were right in the writing process when Donnie Hillier unfortunately passed away. So we had to kind of, with the addition of Brian Allen, we kind of had to go back and tweak some stuff.
I helped out with some stuff, but not
and stuff
much.
like that.
Not much.
You know.
I wasn't super familiar with the fan when I got lucky enough to come tonight. What would you say to new fans? Say they find the interview, perhaps we're getting ready to do your music on the show. What's it like when they hear you for the first time or see you guys for the first time? Different things that people have noted, different parts of songs that just make the crowd go, yeah!
Just in your face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's raw, it's real. We just get out there and kick the shit out of it.
No backing tracks, nothing like that.
Amen. Very nice.
We plug in and go.
Exactly.
Do you have any odd Cliff Burton stories?
Well, Overton, the original guitar player, told me a funny story.
Okay.
Of course, I wasn't there, but one of the original guitar players with Chris, his name is Mike Overton, and he told me about a Cliff Burton story, how they got the name Scratch and Scream off the first record. And Donnie wrote the song on what happened with Cliff at the Troubadour, I think it was.
I think so.
It was Troubadour. Apparently, there was some dude looking for his girlfriend. Some guy was one of the band members or something like that. He's looking for his woman. But meanwhile, Cliff was across the street banging her. And so Donnie they're all freaking out. They're all trying to get a hold of Cliff. Cliff, gotta get the fuck out of here. This dude's all pissed off as he was banging his chick. You know, it's a funny fucking story, I thought. So that's where Donnie, I guess, came up with the whole idea of Scratch and Scream, you know, the whole lyrics. And because I was like, what's this? I'm reading these lyrics, and I asked Chris about it. He's like, Oh, he goes, message Overton. So I messaged Overton. He told me the whole story, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious."
That is the best origination for a song or album title I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
All right, my famous last question. I guess I'll give it to both of you. What is one thing that you have not been asked by one of these annoying people behind a camera like myself that you haven't, but you're surprised that you haven't, or anything you'd like to say to the world?
Annoying?
No, I was saying I was annoying. Anything you're amazed that you haven't already been asked?
Oh.
Any questions that media hasn't asked, or you think, that's never come up, or it's odd that nobody's ever asked this.
I think the oddest question somebody asked me recently is, what superhero would you like to be?
That's funny, because somebody just asked Max
I'm like,
that
what-
when I
what does
interviewed
this have
him.
to do with any kind of interview?
What'd you pick? That's what they asked Max. It must be the same guy.
I don't even remember what I picked.
I
To tell you the
don't know.
truth.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Max picked he wanted to be invisible.
Yeah. Well, that's really not a superhero, though.
No, that's not going to help as a front man.
You know. Yeah. But we've been asked all kinds of things. You know.
I don't know.
All right, I'll go with it then. What would your superhero be? He didn't pick one. Now you get.
Superhero?
Yeah, we'll go with it. It's already started. It seems to be a trend. I don't know what it is, but it's coming up a lot.
Be Audie Murphy.
Audie Murphy.
He was a real hero.
Friends, you're listening to 102.5 FM, the Looneybin, here with Trauma. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah.